Well, it's getting pretty late and you're tired.
Even the hot tamale man isn't out anymore. He stays out till the last moment in the evening.
Well, I'm gonna go out to Bourbon and catch myself an owl car.
Is that, what do you call it, streetcar named Desire still running at this time of night?
I'm afraid you haven't gotten much entertainment out of tonight.
Oh, I've spoiled it for you.
No, it's not that. It's just, you haven't been really enjoying yourself tonight.
I tried so hardly to bring myself up to it. I tried so hard to be gay, but I just couldn't bring myself to it. But I really should get points for
So, you're leaving here so soon.
Yes, I'm afraid I've outstayed my welcome.
Can I kiss you goodnight?
Why do you always ask me that?
Because that one time we parked by the lake.
Honey, it wasn't the kiss that I was opposed to. In fact, I liked the kiss very much. It was the other little familiarity that I was opposed to. It's not that I resented it. I'm actually very flattered that you desired me. It's just that me, a girl all alone in the world, she has to keep in track of her emotions or she'll be lost.
Lost?
Yes, I'm sure you're used to girls that are like get lost on the first date.
No, I like you exactly the way you are, because from my experience, you're the best person I've ever met. Are you laughing at me?
No, honey, let's have a nightcap.
You want a drink?
I want you to have a drink. You've been so anxious and solemn all evening, and I've been anxious and solemn too. We've both been so anxious and solemn. It's just that for these last few moments in our lives, I want to create joie de vivre.
That's good.
It's gonna be very bohemian, like those cafes in Paris. Do you understand French?
No,
It's a damn good thing.
that's good.
You can unhand me.
Huh?
I said you can unhand me now.
Oh, I'm sorry. You can slap me if I ever get out of hand.
That won't be necessary. I don't want you to think of me as an old schoolmate. It's just that I have
Huh?
old-fashioned ideals.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course.
How old are you?
Why do you want to know that?
Oh, it's just that I told my mother about you, and she asked how old is Blanche, and I wasn't able to tell her.
You told your mother about me?
Yes.
Why?
Because I really like you, and you're very nice.
You're sincere about that?
Yes, you know I am.
Why does your mother want to know my age?
Well, mother is sick.
Oh, I'm sorry. Badly?
I'm afraid so. She's only got months to live.
Oh.
She wants to see me settled.
Oh.
Yeah, she wants me to settle down before she...
You'll be very lonely when she passes, won't you? I understand that.
To be lonely?
Yes, I lost somebody that I loved when I was very young.
Dead?
He was just a boy. Just a boy. When I was a young girl. I was 16 when I made the discovery. Love. All at once and much too completely. It was as if a blinding light had been shone on something that had been half in shadow your entire life. But I was unlucky. Deluded. There was a nervousness about the boy. A softness. A tenderness. That I didn't understand. And that wasn't like any other man's. But he wasn't effeminate looking in any way. He came to me for help. But I didn't know that. And I didn't discover anything until after we had been married and we'd gone and come back together. He was clutching at me like a man in quicksand, holding out to me, but I wasn't holding out to him. I couldn't help him, and I was slipping in with him. But I didn't know that. All I knew was that I was unendurably in love with him, and I couldn't help him or myself. But then I found out, in the worst possible way. I walked into a room that I thought was empty, when fact was filled, with the young boy that I loved and the man who was one of his oldest friends. After the fact, we pretended that it had never happened, that we had never known any of this. We went out to the Moon Lake Casino. We laughed and drank the entire way there. We danced the Varsovania, and suddenly in the middle of the dance floor he ran out, and then a shot was heard. I ran, all did, out to the lake where the terrible thing had happened. He had stuck a revolver in his mouth and shot so the back of his head was blown off. It was because of what I said at the dance floor. All the terrible things I said. I couldn't control myself. I suddenly said, I know, I saw, you disgust me. And the searchlight that has been turned on the world was turned off again. And ever since, there has never been a light that shined as bright as this.
You need someone, and I need someone too. Could that be me and you, Blanche?
God, sometimes it comes so quickly.
God. Boiling up. Why did I wear this today? Oh. Oh, jeez. What's all this?
Honey, it's Blanche's birthday.
She here?
She's in the bathroom.
How long? Washing out some things?
I reckon so.
How long has she been in there?
All afternoon.
Soaking in a hot tub?
Yes.
Oh, and I suppose you bring the Cokes, don't you? Serving your Majesty by the tub. Sit down there for a minute.
Stanley, I've got things to do.
Sit down. I got the dope on your big sister
Stop
stuff.
picking on Blanche.
The girl calls me Common.
Lately, that's all you've been acting like, Stanley, and you have to realize that Blanche is sensitive. Okay?
So I've been told and told and told and told. You know she's been feeding us a pack of lies here.
No, I don't.
Well, she has, however, but now the cat's out of the bag. You see, I found out some things.
What things?
Things that I already suspected, but now I've had the chance to check up on from reliable sources, which I have checked.
Lower your voice.
Some canary bird in there, huh?
Now tell me quietly what you think you found out about
Okay,
Blanche.
lie number one. This squeamishness. All the squeamishness she puts on with Mitch, for example. Like, she's been telling him that she's never been so much as kissed by a fellow, but Sister Blanche is no Lily. No Lily, she is ha ha.
Who have you heard this from?
Our supply man down at the plant goes to Laurel all the time. And he has heard of Sister Blanche. And everyone in Laurel has heard of Sister Blanche. And so she's as famous down there as though she were president of the United States. And only she's not respected by any party. It's like this hotel. Okay, so this supply man, he stayed at this hotel called the Flamingo.
Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea. But it wouldn't make believe if you believed in me.
Calm down. Stop. What about the Flamingo?
Second-rate hotel, and Sister Blanche stayed there too. It's a hotel with the...
My sister lived at Bellevue.
No, this was after the home place fell out from under her lily white fingers. Flamingo is a hotel that has a distinct advantage of not interfering in the private social lives of personalities there. But the management at the Flamingo was quite impressed with Dame Blanche. So impressed, in fact, that they asked her to turn in her room key permanently. And this was just a few weeks before she showed up here.
What contemptible lies.
Oh, I can see how you would be upset by this. She pulled the wool over your eyes just as like Mitch's.
It's pure invention. There's not a word of truth in it. If I were a man, and that man dared such thing in my presence.
Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade.
Honestly, honey, I told you I checked up on this. The trouble with Dame Blanche was that she couldn't keep up the same act every the same dang time. Guys would go out on 2 and 3 dates with her, and they would realize it's the same old line, same old act, same old hooey. And it came to be that she wasn't just regarded as just some fancy personality in town, but downright loco nuts. And this is why she's washed up here like poison. And now she couldn't go back, and she could never go back to Laurel. I don't think she had any plans to go back to Laurel, which brings us to line number 2.
I don't want to hear anymore.
She didn't have any plans to go back and teach in Laurel again. In fact, I don't think she had any plans of going back to the town at all. You see, because she didn't resign early in the spring term because of her nerves, they asked her to leave permanently. And, sweetie, I hate to tell you the reasoning why. It's because of a 17-year-old boy she got mixed up with.
It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be.
This is making me sick.
The boy's dad got in contact with the school superintendent, and boy, oh boy, would I love to be in the room when Dame Blanche got called out on the carpet. And boy, would I like to see her try to squirm her way out of that one. But no, they had the hook on her good and proper. And she realized that the jig was up. Practically a town ordinance got passed against her.
Stella,
Yes, Fudge?
give me another bath towel to dry my hair with. I've just washed it.
Yes, Fudge.
What's the matter, honey?
Matter? Why?
Oh, you have a strange expression on your face.
Oh, guess I'm a little tired.
Well, you should take a bath too, soon as I'm out.
How long is that gonna be?
Not very long. Possess your soul and patience.
Yeah, it's not my soul, it's my kidneys I'm worried about.
Well, what do you think of it?
I don't believe these stories. I think your supply man was very rude. I mean, some of these things he said were partly true. There was a lot of sorrow at home, but she was always so flighty.
Flighty.
When she was young, very young, she married a boy who wrote poetry. He was very good looking, and, well, Blanche didn't just love him, but she practically worshipped the ground he walked on. She adored him. And, well, that was until she found out.
Found out what?
This young and beautiful and talented man, he was a degenerate. Didn't your supply man give you that information?
No, all we discussed was recent history. This must have been a pretty long time ago.
It was a pretty long time ago.
How many candles you putting in that?
Stop at 25.
Company expected tonight?
We invited Mitch over for a cake and ice cream.
I don't think Mitchell will be coming around here in a while.
Why?
Well, we talked.
Stanley Kowalski, did you repeat what that?
Look, Mitch is my buddy. We were together in the 241st Engineers. You think I could have had that on my conscience?
Is Mitch through with her?
Not exactly.
I said, is Mitch through with her?
No, not necessarily.
Stanley, she thought Mitch was gonna marry her.
Well, maybe he was, but he's not gonna jump in the tank with the school of sharks. Blanche! Oh, Blanche! Can I get into my bathroom, please?
Yes, indeed, sir. Can you wait 1 second while I dry?
Oh, well, having waited an hour, I suppose 1 second wouldn't be too much longer of a hurry.
She hasn't got a job. What will she do?
Look, she's not staying here after Tuesday. You know that as well as I do. Just to be sure, I bought her a ticket myself. A bus ticket.
In the first place, Blanche wouldn't take a bus.
She'll go and she'll like it.
No, she won't. No, she won't, Stanley.
Oh, she'll go. P.S. She'll go Tuesday.
What will she do? What on earth is she gonna
Her
do?
future is mapped out for her, Stell.
What do you mean?
Hey, Toots, Canary Bird, get out of the bathroom.
Oh, I feel
Fixing
so
to
good
squeeze the
after
lemon
a
for an
long
hour.
hot bath.
Do you, Blanche?
Oh, yes, I do. I feel so good and rested after a hot bath and a long, cold drink. Something's happened. What is it?
Why, nothing's the matter, Blanche.
You're lying. Something has.